morning everyone, teachers, members of the jury and my dear friends. Today we are here to talk about human resource management. We represent Pioneer Consultancy Group, which is specialized in HRM. Our experts, I myself Vedant, expert in hospitality HRM, Santosh Munyar, expert in HRM research and development, and Soyuz Bhattarai, expert in employee motivation. Unfortunately, today we don't have here present Vrinda Khare. She is an expert in employee recruitment. Vivo Cafe in Sydney, Poito Cafe in California, and the Starbucks, which you all have might heard in Bristol. Who they are? Cafe Espresso is one of the main players in the UK market in coffee industries. They have around 350 stores and approximately of 3,800 employees working for them. It was founded in Shoreditch in the late 1980s by Stephen Lister with a vision of a premium continental style cafe in Britain. In 1999, the company was listed as a public listed company in the London Stock Exchange. Now, giving a bit background about Cafe Espresso. The world it produces around in world approx of 100 to 10 to 120 million of coffee bags that are produced in the market. However, the coffee house business is very competitive. Now, back in 2005, there was a downfall for the Cafe Espresso because the rival firms have copied the same strategies that the Cafe Espresso was following. So due to that, our market declined, and then in 2013, 22nd February, our founder Stephen Lister retired, and we had a new chief executive on 3rd of May 2005, Marcus Mitchell. He was appointed to turn the business around as we were facing the downfall in 2005, 1st of January, because of the rival firms. So he was appointed as to turn out our business.
The first problem they are facing is old business models. In 2005, Cafe Espresso has been losing their market shares to its rival competitors, who actually copied their business models, which as the key staff was poached and the business model was imitated. The second problem they are facing is high employee turnover rate. At the present CEO of Cafe Espresso, Marcus, has founded the level of employment turnover rate high, so which partially attributes to the low pay to the workers. And the third problem was weak employment, recruitment and selection. In Cafe Espresso, recruitment is done to word of mouth and in store, which has 35% of students at Cafe Espresso and 65% outside the international students. So after recruitment, the selection is done by the store manager by about the work experience that the worker are gaining. And the fourth is the low employment motivation. After the high employment rate and of Cafe Espresso and low, that result to the employee low motivation to low. And the last is reward management.
Any organization, people are always the greatest assets. Especially talking about hospitality business, in which Cafe Espresso is operating itself. People are always the face of an organization. The employees are always the face of an organization, which decide the culture, the unique environment the cafe can give. Everything depends upon the face of the employees. Employees are the one who can change the current scenario and make the environment of Cafe Espresso their own. Talking about the root problem, how Cafe Espresso was declining its business. There are many coffee houses in UK. The pioneers like Starbucks, Costa Coffee, Cafe Nero, Muffin Break, they are situated in every corners of UK. Cafe Espresso was following an old business model. They was following the same hierarchy. We can find a coffee house even if we walk 2 or 3 miles away. There are 4 or 5 coffee shops. In one city there are more than 50 coffee shops. So the competition of coffee industry is very high, and the competition is not about the taste of the coffee. I think every coffee, every pioneers of coffee, even Starbucks, even Cafe Espresso, I think they give the same taste. But the taste of the customer lies on the face of the employees. They are giving the different environment which is attracting the customers more towards these coffee shops more than Cafe Espresso. So the main problem, going on to the problem of the Cafe Espresso and resolving the problems, the first problem is recruitment. They cannot expect a good business by hiring those students which are coming from international countries and they are just working for money. They are just working 4 hours a day just for money, and they're watching their watch, and just their focus is just money. They do not want to give a good service. They are not motivated about giving the good service. First of all, Cafe Espresso should change their view about recruitment. They should recruit those kind of employees who actually want to serve coffee, who actually want to serve people. The next problem Cafe Espresso is having is employee retention. The employee turnover rate is very high, almost 34%, which is a very bad percentage in a cafe shop, which is popular like Cafe Espresso. There are many factors which are letting the Cafe Espresso to make the employee retention very low. The first problem I found out was Cafe Espresso was running in hierarchy. Cafe Espresso was running in hierarchy. There was no such teamwork. There was no such a unit which were working to make Cafe Espresso the #1 coffee. Only the manager had the vision, but the employees, which are international students, and just the students which are less than 20 years old, the young people can do something well, but the vision was not clear, the teamwork was not clear in the Cafe Espresso. So, what can we do to motivate the employees? #1 is pay. Low pay always demotivate the employees. From the case we found out that Cafe Espresso pays relatively low comparing to the other coffee shops like Starbucks and Cafe Nero. So employees must be attracted to other companies more than Cafe Espresso, which led them making the turnover rate high. Another thing is reward system of Cafe Espresso. When we studied the case, we found the reward system to be very weak. The Cafe Espresso, when it does the good business, it does supply the bonus to the store manager. Every money, every bonus, every penny is in the hand of the store manager, and the employees are not getting the reward they are working for. And another thing is career planning. Just giving the pay will not motivate the employees. They have been working there to set their career. No employee in Cafe Espresso is working to say that I will work whole life for Cafe Espresso. He has some career plans. He wants to make his career beautiful. Why do people work in Nokia? They want Nokia. Why do people work in Microsoft? Because they feel proud to work in Microsoft. They feel proud to represent Microsoft. That's the problem Cafe Espresso is lacking. They are just more recruiting the employees in no possible good manner. Another thing is fun at work. The hierarchy of the Cafe Espresso is making the working environment of Cafe Espresso very boring. The employees are following the same routine every day. Another thing is employee recognition and employee reward management, performance management. Yes, the salary is going to bring people to work, and the bonuses will make them happy. But the main thing employee needs is recognition. Whenever an employee does a good job, he or she needs good recognition. For example, there's one story related to this. One employee was made to make a PowerPoint presentation. A boss ordered the employee to make a PowerPoint presentation because the company was having kind of incorporate mergers with another company. The employee was trying very hard to make the presentation very best. He put all the graphs, he put all the pictures, and after 15 days, when the deadline was over, the employee just submitted the presentation to the boss. The boss said that presentation was nice, but sorry, the mergers is cancelled. Your presentation doesn't work here. Now let's look at the mindset of the employee right now. He was not demotivated by working hard, working late night and putting all the graphs and pictures, but he was demotivated because of the recognition. He was motivated because his work was not valued. That is the case in Cafe Expresso right now. The employees are working, but there is no direct supervision of the work. There is just one store manager and there's nothing else. Cafe Expresso, I think, is lacking is visionary leadership. There's no such, the hierarchy of Cafe Expresso is old model. It is, the hierarchy is very high. Ideas don't work here. The positivity is very lacking. If employees are working in positive environment, they will obviously produce good outcomes. Employees in positive environment produce 45% more results than working in the negative environment. Another problem is employee voice. There is no such process of employee voice in the Cafe Expresso. In an organization, there should always be an open and transparent communication, and that is lacking in the Cafe Expresso. So what can Cafe Expresso do to change their vision? They should make their organization a team. They should make all the employees working in a team. If leader can, no employees want to work bad, no employees want to perform up to, below their potential. Everybody wakes up to serve something for the employee. It is the job of the manager, it is the job of the company to make employee work to his fullest, his or her fullest. Another thing I suggest to Cafe Expresso is scientific review and feedback system. For example, feedback system is very important to any kind of organization to improve if they are trying to improve. Cafe Expresso is losing its business. Cafe Expresso is having demotivated employees. So what they can do is they can start a digital review system. They can put something like a machine in their in every of their stations, and then employees will, the customers will review the service of the Cafe Expresso, and the managers should look that review in a scientific way. Which time is the time where the customers are dissatisfied? If customers are dissatisfied from 3 to 5 p.m., so who are the employees working in 3 to 5 p.m.? They should work in a scientific way. They should solve the problems in a grassroots level way. So, Cafe Expresso is not giving so much low pay that is demotivating the employees. Money is not only the driving factor. The 6.5 is the minimum required pay, and Cafe Expresso is paying so. There are lots of organizations which pay not more than the normal pay, but they are able to motivate employees. Coffee business, coffee serving is always an innovative business. It's a class of art, I guess. All the peoples come there for a different environment. All the peoples get there for refreshment. So employees always need to be innovative in providing new kinds of services, providing local traditions, providing the local feel to the customers. And one experiment was conducted in MIT regarding the creativity and money. The experiment was two groups of people, two groups of students in MIT were hired. Solving the creative puzzle, one group was, the group were equally calibered, and one group was said that if one of you come first, one of you solve the problem first, you will get $2. And if you solve the problem second, you will get $1.5 and so on. And the next group of same caliber, they were said nothing. They were said nothing about money, they were just said that you have to solve this puzzle. And the interesting result was, the group which did not get money solved the problem fast. Because during creativity, money actually not demotivates people but decreases the creativity. Coffee shop is not always about money and bonus, but they should create a culture that employees are always ready to serve in a different way. They want to make their Cafe Expresso. If they want to make Cafe Expresso the #1 coffee business, everybody is serving coffee. Even Starbucks is serving the same coffee. Cafe Nero is serving the same coffee, but employees should be taught such a culture that Cafe Espresso in 6 or 7 months or 1 year becomes the best coffee shop in the UK.
Theory to tackle the problem of Cafe Espresso are facing. The references for that theory we have worked out here, and the first theory I'm going to discuss is recruitment theory, which is by Giovanni 2014. He said that recruitment is a process of attracting a pool of high quality applicants and for the better ones, and for this reason company are trying to get more trying to get best employees for their company to create high quality of selecting system. The second theory I am going to discuss is performance appraisal theory, which is by written 1994 and yearly basis in Cafe Espresso, but it is done by the store manager with the feedback of the customer and peers. And the third one is reward management, and which is by Brighton 2007. Reward is all about monetary policies, non-monetary policies, psychological payments, that is which is given by the organizations to the employer for their work performance. And the last is non-financial reward, which is by Armstrong 2007. As Armstrong 2007 suggested that non-financial reward focus on the following terms: achievement, recognition, and responsibility, influence, and personal growth. This problem, we need some time to tackle this problem. So firstly, we need time to change in HRM culture. We need 2 months of time. And the second one is new recruitment strategy, for which we need 1 month of time. Then the third one is reward management training. For that we need 2 months. And the last one is employment.
$2,000 to give the required trainings for employee motivation and reward management to the managers of Cafe Espresso. Another thing is we want to employ a different recruitment panel. We want to give a recruitment panel which can actually judge the employees which are going to work in Cafe Espresso well. I think recruitment is the first and the most important stage of any employee motivation, because if we recruit the employees well, if employees are well organized itself, then we should work less in the other departments of employee motivation. For the feedback box and technology that I just talked about, we just need $500, and we want to hire a permanent consultant for Cafe Espresso, which will help them for any continental situations. The consultant will help in a daily basis in Cafe Espresso, and we need $10,000 for that. So concluding the presentation, concluding our speech, we want to say that HRM is not a game that can be solved by a magic trick like operations and marketing. We cannot apply a single strategy and change the whole HRM. But our strength is that we can set up a culture. We can set up a different culture where employees are well organized. They work in a team. And they work towards making the organization their best. And our weakness is that we cannot go so much mathematically. Our team is such kind of team that we work in culture more than mathematics. That may lack, and that may be the less potential in our organization. Thank you.